Hi everyone, Linda here from Gumnut Lane Wearable Art. Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to do something today a little bit different from what I would normally do because we're going to make a pair of earrings for Halloween. I know Halloween's really big in the States and in Canada, but it's not so that big here in Australia. It's only really taken off, I'd say, in the last 10 years. So I didn't grow up with it, so yeah, it's something I just don't celebrate and have never made Halloween jewellery before. But I thought I'd because of you guys and the majority of my viewers are from the States and Canada. I thought I would come up with a little design for a pair of earrings. So here's my little guy. Kind of looks like a reggae type little skull guy. Yeah, they love it or hate it. It's yeah, I'll probably end up giving these to my daughter because her boys probably would absolutely adore them on her. Yeah, so we've just got, I'll show you what we're going to be using to put this little guy together. We've got a skull, which is just a howlite skull, and I've just glued in a couple of pink crystals. They're little, I think they're 4mm, 3 or 4mm. I actually wanted to use little rhinestones, but I didn't have any small enough to fit in the hole, so I just glued those in with some super glue I think I used on those. So yeah, that's our little skull. You're also going to need an ear hook, and I've just got some other little beads here to add to his dreadlocks. You're going to need a pair of snippers, and on this one I'm using Nymo, which is a size D in the black. A pair of chain nose pliers just in case you need to help your needle through, and a beading awl, which I always have on hand just to give you another hand as well if you need it. Yeah, beads. I have some size 15s in the orange and black. I've got these are 11Os. They're a check bead. Those ones there in the green. I couldn't tell you the colour of those at the moment. I don't think it's written on my bottle. No, it's not. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's a size 11 opaque olive. And then we've got the orange, which is opaque pale orange. It's a Miyuki, size 11. And then just the black in the 11, which is just black Tohos. And then a couple of the 6Os in the pale orange as well. A couple of little drip beads here. A couple of crystal bicones in the green, and then in the topaz, orangey topaz colour. I think they're a 4mm and they're a 3mm if I remember rightly. Okay, so I've got my needle threaded up with a stop bead on the end, and I've just left a tail roughly about that long. And if you're using Nymo, just give your Nymo a bit of a stretch a few times yeah, before you use it, just to get the kinks out and take some of that, because it's a very flexible string, so just to yeah, take some of that flexibility out of it so it doesn't stretch so much. Okay, so we're going to get started. What we're going to do is we're just going to go up through the bottom of our skull there, bring it up to the stop bead, and we're just going to pass through a few times. Just 3 or 4 times. Just up through the bottom, through the top. Keeping it over to the side. And then just doing the same on the other side. If I can get my fingers to work today, goodness. And I have something special for you at the end of this videos, so if you'd like to see something really cute, yeah, just hang around to the end of the video and have a peek. It's only about a minute, something like that, little video at the end. Oh, I think it's really cute anyway. And I know most people do think it's cute, so yeah, just a little surprise there for you. Okay, that's about 4 times on each side. Okay, we're going to start off with our black beads, and we're doing a brick stitch here. So we're picking up 2, and we're coming in underneath those threads. Back up through that first one. Don't make sure you don't go through the threads, just the beads. Picking up 1 underneath that thread. And back up through the bead. And just the bead itself. Okay, I'm just going to adjust my camera a little bit so I don't go off camera. Let's move that down a bit. There we go. I'm going to flick my heater off as well. It's turned out to be a very warm day here today. I love spring weather. It's beautiful. Favourite time of the year, or favourite season of the year. I know it's autumn for you guys over there in the other side of the world, but here it's spring. Oh my goodness, my stomach's starting to growl again. I can't believe every time I start a video my stomach does this. So every time you get on the phone to talk to somebody, you need to go to the toilet. It's just... I don't suppose you needed to know that, but anyway. All right, one more, and then I'll come back when I've got to the bottom and I'll show you what to do next. This is a lot of fun. I love doing brick stitch. And again, there's no really counting beads. It depends on how big your skull is. It's just however many beads you need to get to the bottom of your 11s. If you were using 8s or something like that, obviously it would take less beads. Okay, I'll come back when I've gotten to the bottom here and I'll show you what to do. See you soon. Okay, back. So we're down to the bottom here. We're going to pick up 2 of the black. Always start off a brick stitch row with 2 beads. So you miss the first bridge. In between each bead is a thread bridge. So you miss the first one, you pick up the second one. Okay, back up through that first bead. Down through the second one. And then back up through the first one again. This just helps them to sit all nice and straight. Okay, it should look like that. Okay, now you just pick up 1 and go through the first thread bridge. Back up through the bead. Oops, get the tail thread out of the way. Annoying, annoying, annoying. There we go. Okay, so now just continue back up until we get to the top, and I'll meet you back there. Just back for a second, I just wanted to let you know we're doing 3 rows of the brick stitch on this one. So I will see you at the end of the 3rd row. And don't forget, you start off with 2 beads to start with at the beginning of a row. Okay, be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Finish the 3 rows there, as you can see, on the side of our skull. So now we're going to do the picot around the edge. So using the 15 O's, picking up 3 of those. Just got to make our little guy look a little bit fancy. So just going down into the 2nd bead there. Bit hard to see with the black beads here, but this is the 1st bead that we're coming out of, 2nd bead there. Bringing those up into a little picot there. Okay, take our needle up into the next black bead in the last row that we just added. Right there, if you can see that. Picking up 3 more. Of our little 15 O's in the orange. Down through the next bead. Like that. So we're just going to continue up till we reach up the top here, and I'll meet you back for that. All right, see you soon. Okay, I'm back. So this is what your little guy should be looking like so far. The camera will focus on him. All right. So we've just finished that last picot. Okay, now there's a bead sticking out here. We're gonna, if you've got that, it depends how many beads you've got going down the side there. If you've got that, just miss it. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Just we're going to miss the bead and go down through his top of his head, down to the bottom. Okay, now we're going to start up the other side here. So we're picking up 2 of the black 11 O's, going through our threads. Back up through that first one. Picking up another one. Back up through him. I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach carrying on. It's so embarrassing. Anyway, we're just going to continue on like this until we get up to the top and do our turn around and do our 3 rows of brick stitch. and I'll meet you back here when you've got those 3 rows done. So just up, back and up again. And actually we can even add the picot. Now you know how to do that. Add the picot on the outside, and I'll meet you back when I'm up to there. All right, see you soon. Okay, I'm back. So I've got up to the top here. I've finished doing my brick stitch. I've done one of the picots here at the top. I just wanted to get in and tell you this before you started doing your picot. I remembered I didn't go all the way down the edge here. So what we're going to do now is pick up, I've come through a bead below, if you can see in there. Get this to focus. It's not focusing. Just give it a second, sorry. Oh, it doesn't want to focus today. All right, be stubborn. Anyway, sorry about that. So we're going to pick up some of our green beads, which are the check 11Os. So I'm just going to pick up a few of those. I'll probably give you an account on what I did on this. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 11 of the green ones. Oops, dropped the whole thing then. So I've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we'll bring those down. This is the hardest part about when you're designing on the go. Like, yeah, if I was doing this just without doing a video, I'd have just done one after the other, so I knew where I was, or do both at the same time. Okay, now I'm pretty sure I went straight back up through the middle of the, anyway, it doesn't matter because it'll work out. Okay, so I've got those in there like that. I've gone straight back up through the middle of the skull, and I'm coming out the top. And now we're going to add the orange bead, which is a 6/0. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the olive green check. So I've got that coming out the top like that. Then we're going to come down 1 bead. I think it's 1 bead. Just let me check here. Yes, down through 1 bead. Or the next bead, I should say. And come down 2 more. So basically, I'm getting myself all confused here, I'm sorry. 2 beads all together. So I'm just grabbing that first bead there to pull this in to tighten it. Okay, and then I'm going to add 3 more beads, 3 of the green check. Coming down through the first bead underneath the second bead, rather, after this one. If I can hold that up high enough for you to see. I'll still be able to see myself. So coming through that second bead there, through the next one, and down through the last two before the orange one at the top. Just to give it that little tuft at the top like that. Okay, from here, go down through the skull, out the bottom, pulling that in reasonably tight. And we're going to come over through these green ones here, up through 3 of them. It's a bit looser than I wanted that. I wanted that more at the top there. I don't know what I've done there. These things are sent to try us, and as you can see, even I have problems. Alright, I'm going to run back up through that line of green check beads there. Okay, that'll pull it up tighter. So I'm going to go back up to tighten this up. I'm going to go back up through the orange one. Back up through that line of beads. Oh, now I'm caught up on my ring. Just going to go up one side. There. Okay, back down through the next bead, not the first one, the one after it. These check beads are a lot tighter than the Miyuki you'll ever knows. Can't pass through them as many times. Okay, it's coming through. Ooh. There's a bit of a knot there. Alright, got that out. Don't know whether you heard that snap or not, but not the thread, but the snap of the knot coming out. Alright. That's showing a little bit more thread than I'd like, but it doesn't matter, it's only Halloween. Okay, then we're going to come down them over there. Come down the other side with the green beads, and yeah, I'll meet you back there. So as I said, it was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 of the green ones. Run them down the side. I'll meet you back. I've got a crick in my neck here, so I've got to get up and move. Okay, so I'll see you shortly. Okay, back. So I've run that line of beads down. They're just hanging there on my thread. And I'm coming through the very last black bead on the inside row closest to the skull. So I'm just going to pull that line of beads up, sitting around his neck there. And now we can finally get rid of this pesky little tail thread here. So just tie a square knot. And take your stop bead off. Cut our thread. Make sure you only cut your tail thread. Okay, now I'm going to run back up through just having a think here for a second, sorry. I think I'm going to run the orange bead. I can't remember exactly what I did on the last one. Just see how that sits. Yeah, it should be all right when we come back up. So then I'm going to add, it's got the orange bead. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2, 7 of the black 11 O's. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we've got another 6O in the orange. And then 3 of the green for a picot on the end. Back up through the orange and all of our black 11 O's there. Back up through that orange and straight back up through the top. And we don't want to come out of that the 6O. So I'm just going to make a gap for the needle to come up behind it. And if they don't sit, your picot doesn't sit straight, just grab your needle and just fiddle them around. Until they sit nicely. Okay, now I've got to remember what I did here. I've got to make the thing for the hook at the back. Okay. So I'm going to come up through the black bead here next to it. Oh, I'm off camera again, sorry. Hopefully you can see there, this right there, the very first black bead on your first row that you did of your brick stitch. Okay, I'm going to add in 5 of the black 11 O's. 4, 5. bring those down to the work. And then we just want to come over into the other one on the other side. So the very first one on your first row here. Don't know why my camera's not focusing very well today. Hopefully you can see that. Don't know if I push it in a bit closer whether it'll focus. Sorry, off camera again. Goodness, just very hard to see, especially using black. Okay, just run your thread back up through that line that we just added in, the line of beads. Making sure you get all of them. Very hard to see here. Well, I've got 3 at the moment anyway. Sorry, just going to move my camera a little bit because I can't see anything. Okay, that looks right to me there. Okay, now I can come in and finish the picot off down this side here. So to do that, I'm going to come back through that very first bead in that first line of brick stitch that we did. That makes our loop sit nice. And then back up through the bead next to it and the one above it, if you can get through it in one go. Oh, sorry, off camera again, goodness gracious. And then back up through the bead above that. I just don't know what to do to get this camera to sit in the right place so that I can see and you can see. Just checking here. Yeah, I need to go back one bead. So hopefully I can do that without going through my thread and having to unthread my needle. Yeah, that looks like it should be fine. Okay, 3 of the 15-ohs. Coming down through that bead next to it. I've come down one too many. No, I've done something wrong there, so I'm going to undo it and have a look and see what I've done wrong, and I'll come back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So I fixed up my mistake. I saw what I did wrong. Over here on the back, when we've come through adding our hanger thing for the ear wire, I came up through this bead and went that way. What I actually had to do was come up through that bead and come through the bead above it, and then back through the 15 O's, bringing me out in this black bead here on the side. So from here, we're going to pick up 3 of our 11 O's, 15 O's, sorry. We're going to skip the bead just underneath. There's a black bead sitting there. We're going to go down through the next one. Back up through the bead next to it, the black 11O. Get that little picot to sit nice. Picking up 3 more of the 15 O's in the orange. Back down through the next one. Up through the next one, next to it. This can get a little bit difficult because of the shape of the skull. It won't allow your needle to bend very well. And just watch you don't get caught on your dangle down there. 3 more of the 15 O's in the orange. Down through the next one. Back up through the next one. Well, that might be our last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, no, 1 more. Three more of these. And down through the one below. Okay, that's what your little guy should be looking like now. Hopefully I stayed on camera then. Okay, from here, just check what I did with this one. From here, we're going to add on some of our 15s in the black. I've got 3 of those. So 3 15 O's. Then I've got 2 of the 11O in the orange. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 15s in the black. And an 11O in the orange. I'll tip these out. I've got one of the orange bicones, a black 11O, a green bicone, and then 3 of the 15 O's in the orange. I like that. I love making up these designs, but they're a lot harder to teach with a camera in your face. Yeah, than if I'm just sitting there making them myself. So I'm going to come back up through the same 11.0 at the bottom. Trying to stay on camera, I'm sorry guys. Alright, that's what it's looking like so far. And then I'm going to come across into the outside, the one that forms the peak of the 15.0s. And then we've got, put this down while I count, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 15.0s in the orange. Two of the black in the 11.0s. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the 15.0s in the orange. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I've got one of the black drooks. And then 3 15.0s in the orange. So back up through the drook and all the 15.0s straight up through that line of beads. Sorry, off camera again, goodness. Okay, once again straightening out a little picot on the end there. Okay, from here back through the first orange bead in that picot. Then we're coming across our green one here. So through both of those greens there. Just making sure that's sitting properly. No, I've missed a bead. Okay, got to go back through the green ones. Back through the orange. Might be 2, I think I have to go back through. Hopefully I haven't split that thread there. That's the hardest part about working with Nymo. But it just drapes so beautifully. Oh, I was lucky then. Yeah, it drapes so beautifully. That's why I'm using it on this one. Normally I only use Fireline. Making sure I've got that right. That just sit up there. This is another thing, it really tangles around your needle as well. So I'm just going to come back through one of the 15.0s there. You've seen me do all the wrong things, you'll know not to do them if you decide to make these earrings. Okay, now I can come back through that orange one again. You can come through that black one if you like. You don't have to because the thread's black and you won't see it anyway, but if you want to, you can come back through the black one. Making sure that's hanging properly, which it is. Back down through the green ones. Yeah, just don't pull that too tight so it doesn't stick out like a octopus's leg. You want it to hang. Okay, now we're going to pick up some of the green ones. So I've just got to see how many are hanging loose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 of the green ones. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm getting close to running out of thread here. Okay, 9 of those, and then I've got 3 of the black 11 O's, 15 O's, sorry, for the little picot at the bottom. I do not know why I can't stay on camera. I mean, I'm bad at staying on camera anyway, but I have been getting better at it. And today I'm just worse. Okay, back up through all of the green ones. Don't go through the black. Okay, now we're going to go back up through the orange one. And back up through the hole in the skull. I don't want to come through that, I want to come in behind it. You can see there. Okay, now where do I want to go? I'm going to come around and go back down through this line of green beads on the other side. Okay, I made that a bit different from the other one. Oh well, they're sisters, they're not twins. And it's not that noticeable, nobody's going to notice it, so I'm just going to stick with going back through it again. So at least this one looks the same. So I just want to come through that orange one. Just going to have a look and see if that's very noticeable. It is a little bit, but not enough that you worry about it. What I did was I went back up through that. Actually, I'm going to undo it. I'm going to go back down and come out and do it properly. So I'll come back when I've undone that. All right, sorry about this, guys. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. So I've undone that. I've still got my line of beads on here, the green ones that I put on before. I just came back as far as that. So I'm going to go back up now through this line of green beads again, which is what I should have done to start with. I wasn't paying attention, or close enough attention. Okay, and pull that up. I thought I might have had to add a bead in there, but once I've pulled that up tight, it's all right. So I'm just going to check that hanger at the back is firm enough. If it wasn't, you could go back up through that and then come back down, and we want to go through this line of green beads here, but because that's nice and tight, I'm just going to pass the thread behind and underneath that orange 6/0, and then come back down through this line of green beads. Pulling that up nice and tight, grabbing that last green bead there. Okay, and I think that was 9, I said before. I'll try 9 and see. I think it was 9 of the green. 2, 3, oh, 3. Yeah, it was 9. Okay, and then 3 of the 15s in the black. Got to be careful you don't get this caught up, because I will get caught up on everything. Just keep your eye on that all the time. Okay. Now I want to get back up through this. Okay, I'm going to go off camera for a minute while I have a little think about this so you don't have to watch me think. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, I'm back. I'm nearly running out of thread here. So what I did was I backed up 2 green beads and I just came straight across underneath the skull, back up through this line of green beads here. I'm going to add 3 of the black 11 O's, and I'm going to come across here through that green bead to finish off his little crown like we've got here. And now I'm going to have to I thought I had plenty of thread on here to start with, so I could do the whole thing just one lot of thread. Yeah, so I'm just going to weave through and finish this thread off. And depending on which way I can get through there. Yeah, and thread up a new needle and come back and we'll finish off the other side and our earring will be done. So I'll be back in just a sec. Okay, back again. Okay, so I've finished off my thread, threaded back up my needle again. So we're going to do the last couple of drops. So we're going to pick up 3 of the 15 O's in the black, 2 of the orange in the 11O, and then 4 of the black 15 O's, an orange 11O, a yellow orange crystal, a black 11O, the green crystal, and 3 of the 15 O's in the orange. Now you don't have to do the lengths that I'm doing. You can make them longer if you want. You can make them shorter if you want. Totally up to you. Just, oops. Put on as many beads as you like to make your drop as long as you like. Okay, back up through the crystal and all of the other beads in that line. Goodness, I'm just having an all thumbs day today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe it's because I'm using the Nymo and I don't use it very often. I don't know. Don't forget our little surprise at the end. That'll be coming up shortly. Little picot sitting nicely. Okay, one last drop, one dangle. Just get that sitting up nice and tight. Okay, coming across. Bit of an awkward angle here, flip it over. Oh, goodness gracious me, get off. Again, coming over to that last picot edge. Okay, our last line, we've got 6 of the 15 O's in the orange. 4, 5, 6. 2 of the black in the 11O. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again in the 15 O's in the orange. 2, 3, 5. I want to get away. 6. Bring those down. And then we've got the drug bead, the black drug. And 3 of the 15 O's. Back up through that line of beads, making sure you go through all of them. Okay, now it's just a matter of finishing off your thread, which I won't do right now. I'll just pop that aside. Add on your E-wire. So just opening your E-wire, always open it to the side. Don't open it outwards, pulling it out that way. You don't want to do that. Okay, hooking that onto our little loop that we made at the back there. Closing it up. Okay, that's nicely closed, so just get that thread out the way at the moment. Okay. As you can see, well, I haven't finished off the I've got that leg going a little bit funny, which I'll fix up in a minute. Yeah, so that's our little Halloween pair of earrings. A little what do they call them? Ruskies or something, don't they? Oh, no, that's the Russians. The Jamaican skeleton dreadlock guys. So it's something a little bit different from what you see out there, what everybody else is making on YouTube. Yeah, so if you like them, give them a go. Like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. I just wanted to tell you as well, there's different colours you can get in the skulls, so you don't have to use the colour scheme that I've used. There's yellow, there's the pink one, purple, green, orange, and I think there's a turquoise and maybe a black one as well. But these are the ones that came on the string that of beads that I got, along with the white ones. So just make up your own colour scheme, but that's just an idea for you, something a little bit different for Halloween. And if you're interested in the ring, this is my pumpkin patch ring, which I thought would be cool for Halloween, but also too you could, I'll take it off and show you a better view of it, use it for Thanksgiving. That's what it looks like from the front. It's just a little pumpkin patch with the vines growing up the sides there. Just, I thought something a little bit different. As I said, we don't celebrate Halloween, and we don't do Thanksgiving as well. We don't have either of those. Well, when I said we don't celebrate Halloween, that is something that's been happening around Australia for about the last 10, maybe a little bit longer years than that, but not too much more than 10 years. Okay, now for the surprise at the end of the video, which will be coming in a second. If you've watched my videos before, then you know I have mentioned a couple of times during my videos that I live on a duck farm. My partner and I grow ducks. So we just got a new batch of baby ducks, and I filmed them yesterday. So if you're interested in having a look at some cute little baby ducks, watch the end of the video here, and I shall see you all in the next video. Everybody have a lovely day, have a lovely week, and take care of yourselves. See you later. Bye. It's our new shipment of baby ducks just coming today. How many's in here, Dave? 4,000 little baby ducks. Want to say hello, little duckies? Come here. You're too fast. Come on, you're only a day old. Here we go. Little baby ducky. Say hello. Oop. Oh, you funny little things. Well, that's our baby ducks. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.